Good morning, Ernest. This is Michelle. And first of all, I want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to speak with me on Tuesday. In this video, I'm going to show you those 3 things that you can do to bring more customers to your business. So once you've had a moment to review the video, if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We can definitely chat. Or you can take these 3 things I'm going to show you and do it yourself. I'm fine with that as well. So let's go ahead and get started. The 3 things that we're going to go over today are going to be content, citations, and backlinks. So number 1 is going to be content. Most business owners know that you need content, but they don't realize that the number 1 position on Google is going to have anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 words. So for you just to show up on Google, you need to at least have 1,500 words with the right keywords. So what I'm going to go ahead and do today is I'm going to take Midwest Heating and Cooling, and we're going to compare it with your number 1 competitor there in Billings, which is going to be White Heating and Air and Conditioning. So the first thing we did is I went ahead and took both of your home page URLs and put them into a word counter, and it's showing right here mhcbillings.com has 523 words, where whitehvac.com has 393. So you do have more words on your home page, but you neither company has that 1,500 words or more that Google likes to see. So you can go ahead and make sure you get that added wording onto your home page. Also, if you do, I'm not trying to see here. Yeah, so even with this, this looks like this was probably a picture that was put into here with this wording. And you can see right here, because what Google will do is they'll send crawlers out and they'll crawl the page. And they will even find anything that's behind pictures and videos as well. So in here you do have heating and cooling, HVAC service, AC repair, Billings, Montana, 59102. So you can add additional services in here as well that you do provide, so that Google sees that, especially if it's your number 1 service that you're looking to be found for. And what I was going to say is, since this looks like this is probably a picture, Google is not counting these as added words. So anytime that you have something in here, your wording, you want to make sure it's actually basically typed in here and not something that might be from a picture that's added. And like even with these pictures here, we just want to make sure you have the same information on the file here as well. For the heating and cooling, HVAC service, AC repair. So that's good. You do have information there. Just add more words for that as well. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, there's a tool that we use. There's different tools out there. But what it does, it gives me the behind scenes of what Google is looking at when it comes down to ranking a site. So let's go ahead and look at your competitor first, White. And you can see right here they have 94 keywords listed. Let's go ahead and click on that. And they have HVAC Billings, Montana, or MT, White Heating and Cooling Billings, MT, White Heating and Cooling, which is good. They do got different 1 and 2 positions here. One thing I did want to go ahead and let you know, White Heating and Cooling, that's going to be considered a branded keyword. It's the company name. It's great to have the company name on there, but when a customer is looking for an actual service, they're going to go out and they're going to put Furnace Repair Billings MT. They're not going to be looking for White Heating because most likely they don't know who that company is. So let's go ahead and we're going to click over to yours information, and it shows that you have 49 keywords. So let's go ahead and click in there. So we have Midwest Heating and Cooling, Midwest Heating and Cooling Billings, Heating and Cooling Billings, AC Repair Billings MT, Midwest Air Conditioner, Midwest AC, HVAC Billings, Air Conditioner Repair Billings, Montana. And you can see right here your position on a lot of these. Your number 1 position is going to be your company name, and then you have a lot of 4s and 3s here as well. Now, as indicated before, these here are your Midwest Heating and Midwest Heating, and these 2 right here, and some of these other ones is considered a branded name. It's good to have it, but you just want to make sure you have other types of keywords for what customers are looking for when they come in. Because like I said, most likely they don't know how many they don't realize who you are. So for instance, Midwest Heating and Cooling. If you go here and actually look at that, it's in position 5, which is on the front page, but there's 1,900 volume of people that search that, but only 23 actually visited your site out of there. So that's a big difference on that. And what they may be thinking of is Midwest Heating Cooling. Maybe they're thinking of the Midwest in general, not the company name. So let's go ahead and we're going to switch this back because we're going to be using this later. So just to go back to that then for content, we just want to make sure, go ahead and get that 1,500 words or more added to your homepage with those right keywords, any of those types of services that you offer, and even plug in there, the service areas. And, definitely it will beat out your competitor because like I said, you have more words than them, but you don't have a lot that Google is looking for. They like to have that 1,500 words or more. So what I went ahead and did is I did take a search here and I put HVAC Billings, Montana. And first of all, when you come in here, what you're going to see is the sponsored ads for HVAC services. And this is the thing, ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if your website isn't dialed in. So just before you go out and spend a lot of money on Google Ads, just make sure that your site converts first before doing that. So the number thing that we're going to go over today is going to be citations. And you might be thinking, well, what's a citation and why do they matter? And it's a perfect question. And what it is, if we scroll down past the sponsored ads, you get to this businesses where you see Central Heating, White Heating and Air, and Comfort Heating and Air. And what this is our Google Maps. And these three right here is our map pack. And what this is, it's the business name, address, and phone number. They also call it NAP, name, address, and phone number. And this is where Google verifies and gives relevance to local businesses. So you want to make sure that you go out and you get your name, address, and phone number listed across different directories. And that could be places like Yahoo Local, Info USA, Switchboard, Hot Frog. And what it will do, when you start getting more directories listed than your competitor, you're going to start gaining more trust than them, and then Google will start pushing you up above them into this map pack. So you want to be up here where Central Heating and Air Conditioning is, and they're number 1 here. And I'm going to say probably maybe 20-30% of customers, when they're searching for an actual product, if they put in HVAC Billings, Montana, they're going to go right here to one of these top 3, and they're not going to search anywhere else for anything. They're just going to click on one of them. So you just want to make sure that, you get those directories added. So let's say Central Heating and Air Conditioning has 200 citations. So for you to beat them out, you want to get 50 to 100 more citations added than they do, because you don't want to just match them. You want to make sure you dominate them online, and it takes them a lot longer to catch up. And there are companies out there like Bright Local, I believe White Spark still does it, where you can go out and get the directories that your competition is listed on, and then you can go out and take that directory and find the ones that are not listed on, that you're not listed on, and get those taken care of and start beating out your competition. Number 3 is going to be backlinks, or they call it link juice as well. And this is the third pillar that will really help you dominate on Google. So if we scroll down past the business section here, you're going to see right here is White Heating and Air Conditioning. And this is where you want to be. And to get there, you need authority. And how do you get authority? It comes down to the backlinks. And a backlink is when one website links to another website online. And here's the thing though, not all backlinks are created equal. So if you get a, say, HVAC blog, excuse me, or an industry site linking back to you, great, perfect. But if you get a Starbucks or a McDonald's linking back to you, well, that's not so great because you guys don't sell those types of services. So you just want to make sure that the backlinks that you are getting are from strong, relevant sources, because there are spammy ones out there as well. So let's go ahead and get back to the tool that we were looking at earlier, and we're going to click on white heating first, and they have 574 backlinks. And if we go over to yours, you have 115. So what this is telling me, for them to be in this #1 position, your competitor, they've got backlinks from strong, relevant sources. And how do you get these? It's the same way. We go out to those different sites, we find the links that are linking to them, and we get those same links for your business. You know, you want to make sure we get those strong, relevant sources and not those spammy links. You know, getting to the top is not magic. It's definitely a method, and I've shown you that here today. So real quickly, let's go ahead and go over this one more time. So #1 is going to be content. So on your home page here, let's make sure you get 1,500 words added so that you beat your competition, and make sure that you get any of those type of keywords behind your pictures as well so that you have that information in here. #2 is going to be those citations. So for you to show up in this map pack right here, if your competitor has 150 citations, you want to go out and get 50 to 100 more to beat the competition out by a landslide. And #3 is going to be those backlinks. Excuse me. You need more relevant sites pointing at your business to show Google you are the authority. And if you implement these 3 things, you can become #1 across Google. Now you might be asking, well, what do I do now? Well, you can either go with the information I provided and do it yourself. I'm perfectly fine with that. However, if you want the most effective route and save yourself some time, you can give me a call. My name is Michelle. My number is 405-410-3024. Once again, my name is Michelle. My husband is Stephen. We own Thrive Tunnel Digital Marketing Pros here in Moore, Oklahoma. It's our business. And our number is 405-410-3024. I hope you have a great day. I look forward to hearing from you, and I will talk to you later, Ernest. Thank you. Bye.